welcome to my channel. So today I have four fragrances here that one of the first things I think of when I go to describe these fragrances is feminine, very feminine. Now, disclaimer before I even jump into these fragrances, this is all subjective. Femininity is very varying based on each person. So this is just the uber feminine fragrances to me. For whatever reason, when I smell these fragrances, the word feminine comes to me. I kind of felt like, no, this has to be in this category based on how it made me feel and think. So yeah, I just wanted to put that disclaimer out there. Femininity is described differently by each person, but this is just fragrances for me, from my perspective, that yell feminine energy. And I did then go look up the notes. I have them here, and there is something very familiar and similar about all of them. Slight differences in each, but also some very similar base structures. What I wanted to talk about here is Valentino's Valentina Pink. I've had this for a little bit. I've actually wore this fragrance a decent amount last month. It was on my fragrance tray, and it's beautiful. The first thing that comes to me in the immediate spray is a very fruity, girly type of fragrance. I don't get any harsh or strong floral notes, although this is a floral fragrance. And in the dry down, it gets powdery and a little musky, and the floral comes out to play a little more. One thing about this is my skin does eat up this particular fragrance. Like type, I feel like this rose fruity type of fragrance, I do have to over spray it to make it last. A fragrance that's kind of similar but doesn't last as long as me, and it's not identical but kind of similar, is the Tresor. It is the La Nuit Tresor Eau de Toilette. It gives similar-esque vibes. It's just very, very, very quick to leave my skin. And so the main accords are fruity, sweet, rose, floral, musky, and amber. So we have so beautiful. So we have top notes of big strawberry, blackberry, and musk. Middle notes of May rose, and peony, and base notes of praline, cashmere wood, and amber. And it's just such a very beautiful feminine fragrance. It doesn't really project a whole sugar ton or last a sugar ton. I would say it's got mediocre longevity and okay projection. I do need to acquire well, it depends what I'm trying to bring out in this fragrance, because I do have a strawberry pound cake from Bath and Body Works I have mixed this with, and it does make it a thicker, a little bit more creamier fragrance that does add some longevity to it. And I've also mixed this with a rose, what was it? The Soap and Glory bergamot and rose, and that did bring out, it gave it a bubbliness and then brought up more of the floral aspects to it. So it's really just what you want to add, thank you, to the or make more pronounced in the fragrance. But yeah, sweet, delicious, kind of floral, a little powdery, very feminine type of fragrance, daytime for sure. Let's move on to the next one. The next one is a very popular one that I actually think is discontinued, and this is C Fiori. Main accords of vanilla, fruity, citrus, powdery, musky, rose, floral, woody, soft, spicy, and white floral. Let's talk about this fragrance right here. I feel like if it's not the first, then the second description as I spoke about this fragrance was most definitely feminine. There is something extremely feminine not girly, because there's definitely something grown up about this fragrance. And I do think, in my humble opinion, the neroli, the white musk, and the black currant are what's making this smell grown up for me. Top notes of black currant and green mandarin. Middle notes of neroli, rose, patchouli, and oak moss, and base notes of vanilla and white musk. Are you starting to catch a theme here? It's funny, I think I could have added any of the Narciso Rodriguez's fragrances in here, because I feel like musk is very like when done correctly, is a very gorgeous feminine smell. Now, this is also another softer fragrance. That doesn't mean I connect femininity to softness. I think it's the projection of the musk in the fragrances, and I didn't include any Narciso fragrances in here because, like I said, all of the Narciso fragrances I have, I do believe to be very feminine, and I didn't want this to be overpowered by only Narciso Rodriguez fragrances. But boy, oh boy, is this beautiful. It's powdery yet creamy, sweet yet slightly green. Not green, maybe green. It's just not superbly sweet, but it's definitely got some sweetness in here. I would say Valentina Pink is a little sweeter. I think the powderiness in this gives it more leeway of its sweetness. Like it doesn't make it seem or feel too sweet. This is very nice. I love this fragrance. So feminine. I actually almost picture myself wearing like an A-line dress, running through like, or gallivanting, frolicking through a like a field of flowers, and maybe they're like all pink. You know what I mean? All variations of the color pink. So beautiful. Let's move on. The next one is one that I need a full size of, right? And everything, I have such a long list of fragrances that I want to own, and I'm just slowly, well, mediumly working my way through them. And though I don't have a full size yet, but this is Kayali's Musk 12. I dare say it's all like, it's the musk in here is comparable to our Narciso musk. They slayed the musk in here. They annihilated her. They resurrected her from the ashes. Just call her Phoenix at this point. The main accords of this is musky, powdery, vanilla, floral, woody, sweet, and white floral. Top notes of freesia and lotus, middle notes of musk and jasmine, and base notes of vanilla and sandalwood. I can tell you this is going to be the next fragrance I'm going to buy, but it really just depends on how I feel when the money hits my pocket then. You know what I mean? So I would like to own this for sure, full size. Oh my gosh, let's talk about this fragrance. I'm noticing I love the smell of lotus and freesia. It's a very fresh, aquatic, almost watery, fresh vibe. Why oh why, it's a nice fragrance. It's a nice fragrance notes, and it's beautiful, something to start off with. Middle notes of musk and jasmine, and it's okay. So it gives you a white florally clean smell. This doesn't really get like deep. Okay, so Valentino's Valentina Pink stays quite bright throughout. Sea Fury is a very soft-esque fragrance. This one I say is like a fresh sweet. It's interesting because there's no, fresh is not an accord on here, but there is a freshness about it. There is a lightness about this fragrance that Sea Fury doesn't have. This fragrance does get powdery, but to me, Sea Fury is actually more powdery on my skin. This is powdery, but there is a sweet, soft, muskiness to it that is less powdery and more your skin, but significantly better. Maybe your skin the second you step out of the shower and you cool down a little bit and you cleanse yourself with a slightly, like a sweet smelling fragrance with maybe some vanilla in there. I think vanilla works really well with musk. I think vanilla works really well as a sweetening agent or sweetening ingredient in fragrances. There's just something so very beautiful and simple. It's not a complex fragrance, okay? There's 6 notes, right? But there's something complex about its simplicity, if I'm making any sense. It's just a very, 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 very beautiful fragrance. And not only does it entice the senses, but I feel like the Kayali's bottles just give like luxe, you know, with the jewel top, the gold wraparound, the simple but beautiful gold lettering, and then the bottle shape is absolutely gorgeous to me. Something to say. The juice is a soft pink, which is funny because 3 out of the 4 bottles are definitely pink, or their juice is pink. This last one also, I think that it definitely was my first word for it, was feminine, and that is Valentino's Donna Buonarroma Yellow Dreams. Although I can, to be honest with you, this whole line, this Born in Roma line, is just slaughtering everything. I know the original, the OG Born in Roma is one of, I think, the best sellers right now, and I will own it. But when I was making the purchase between this one and the original, let me tell you what attracted me. So first of all, it's hot, okay? Donna Born in Roma, it's very lovely fragrance, but it's a little thick, it's a little heavy. I almost put it in the category, it doesn't smell at all the same, but the vibe it gives off, the thickness of it gives me La Belle, okay? There's something very deep, thick, and sensual come hither about it that I just can't wear in the daytime right now, because it's too hot. It's too hot outside for that something there. So I just feel like it just come out. What are the odds? Oh my gosh, let me knock on wood that they discontinue it. Let me knock on this wood because I will have a big attitude if I can't get it. But I'm just gonna wait for now until fall, winter to get it. I might even ask for it for my birthday, which is in the winter time. My husband says technically I'm not a winter baby, but I'm a winter baby. My birthday's in December, right? Like I'm when is the first day of winter? Somebody tell me. But I'm a winter baby, okay? It's Brick City on my birthday. It's winter time. Let's leave it at that. But let's go back to this. You saw how I was like, wait a minute. This is feminine. There's something bright about this. Very musky, powdery, but it doesn't bring it like it. Sea Fiore is a little I would consider it the deepest. It's not a deep fragrance, but there's something that gives it, I think the neroli adds some depth to it. This is very light in the air. And the main ingredients of this are musky, citrus, rose, powdery, aromatic, and floral. One thing about this is most feminine fragrances have floral aspects in it. It's just something that is always added. So I don't really even pay any mind to the floral aspects of it, to be honest. This is so beautiful. So there's apparently only 3 notes. I still don't believe that, but there's apparently only 3 notes in here. And that is lemon as the top note, rose as the middle note, and white musk as the base note. They either mix this to the gourd. They called the gourds up, and the gourds mixed this, the feminine, the female, all the gourds that identified as female, mix this for them, or they're not putting all the notes in here. I feel like they're not putting all the notes in here, to be honest, but that's not my business. All I can tell you my business is this is an absolute banger. I am going to do a video at some point soon on fragrances that will forever stay in my collection. The only reason I have not done the video yet is because there are some fragrances I need to buy. I have to buy them. I have to own these fragrances. If I were to never be able to buy a fragrance again, there are about 4 more that I need to, well, okay, 3 technically, but I'm gonna add this 4th one because I just really want it, that I feel like I need to get before I can say, because 2 of them are affordable, 2 of them are mid-price range, before I can fully say for sure these are ones I just because I feel like they're gonna be needed to be in that video. You know what I mean? Am I making sense? Maybe I'm not making sense. My point is, let's get back to Yellow Dreams. There is something very feminine about this. Someone or multiple someones is probably wearing this in Bridgerton because it's giving, I don't know, I really enjoy it. It's giving super feminine, womanly, but also fun a little bit. And I think that's the lemon playing in here, giving that citrusy kind of bright still aspect to it. But the rose adds like grown girl vibes. The musk adds that uber like dress down to the like suck it in and pulling the what's it called, the corset. Mom, I can't breathe. Yeah, but you look good. We're not condoning not breathing, okay? Be comfortable, but I'm just saying it's giving me that vibes. I have a couple dresses coming from Shein that I'm going to try on, and I'm gonna I'm going to attach a fragrance to them for you as I try it on for the first time via video. So I think, yeah, I'm gonna do that. Let me know any other videos you're interested in me doing. But yeah, those are my super uber immediate, like quite quick. 2 of them were immediate. I was like, yes. And then the other 2, I did smell a few fragrances, and then I was like, no, yes, these are the one. So let me know if you agree and that any of these you're like feminine. Yes. And let me know any ones that I didn't mention, because I only mentioned 4, right? That you feel like exude femininity. And we reached the ending of this video. If you reached the end of this video, go ahead and drop me a pink emoji. I'm gonna let you choose the emoji. It just has to be pink. Yeah, to let me know that you reached the end of this video. And hopefully I'll see you in my next one. Bye bye.